Close your eyes. Take a deep, slow breath. Let the sounds of the world around you begin to fade, replaced only by the sound of my voice. Tonight, we journey not just into the realm of sleep, but into the vast, silent expanse of space. We're going back to a time when humanity reached for the moon, a time of incredible courage and unbelievable challenges. This is the story of Apollo 13, and the calm voice that echoed through the void, a beacon of hope in the darkest of moments. The year is 1970. The world watches, captivated, as the third mission to land on the moon. Apollo 13 soars into the heavens. On board are 3 astronauts: Commander Jim Lovell, a veteran of spaceflight; Jack Swigert, the command module pilot; and Fred Hayes, the lunar module pilot. For 2 days, their journey is smooth, almost routine. They are over 200,000 miles from home, a tiny capsule floating in the infinite blackness. They perform their tasks, share jokes with mission control in Houston, and describe the breathtaking beauty of the Earth shrinking behind them, a marble of blue and white. Inside the manned spacecraft center in Houston, teams of engineers and flight controllers monitor hundreds of screens, their faces illuminated by the green glow of data. Every blip, every number, every waveform tells a story about the health of the spacecraft. The mood is focused, professional, but relaxed. Another successful mission is unfolding, just as planned. The astronauts are preparing for a television broadcast, a chance to show millions back home what life is like in zero gravity. Then, just as Jack Swigert completes a routine procedure stirring the cryogenic oxygen tanks, sudden, violent jolt shakes the entire spacecraft. A loud bang echoes through the modules. Red and yellow warning lights flash across the control panels, alarms blaring in the confined space. The astronauts exchange confused, worried glances. On Earth, the data on the controller's screens goes haywire. Voltage levels on main bus B, one of the spacecraft's 2 main electrical systems, plummet to 0. A voice, steady and professional, cuts through the static from the void. It's Jack Swigert. He says the words that would become etched in history, a phrase synonymous with crisis. "Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here." Down in mission control, the initial response is confusion. "This is Houston. Say again, please." Commander Jim Lovell's voice follows, calm but firm, confirming the severity of the situation. "Houston, we've had a problem. We've had a main B-bus undervolt. The electrical system is failing. The ship is bleeding." What followed was not panic. It was not chaos. In the face of a potential catastrophe, hundreds of thousands of miles from Earth, what emerged was the power of human connection, of teamwork, and of extraordinary calm. The flight director, Gene Kranz, stands before his team. His words set the tone for everything that would come next. "Listen up, people. Let's work the problems. Let's not make things worse by guessing." In the cold, crippled spacecraft, the astronauts peer out the window. What they see is terrifying. A cloud of gas is venting from the side of their ship. Lovell reports it to the ground. "We are venting something out into the into space. It's a gas of some sort. It's their oxygen, their life support. The very air they breathe is escaping into the void. The mission to the moon is over. A new mission has begun. Survival. The command module, their primary home in space, is dying. Its power and oxygen are supplied by the now damaged service module. It will soon be uninhabitable. Their only hope is the lunar module, Aquarius. It was designed to land 2 men on the moon, not to be a lifeboat for 3 men on a 4-day journey back to Earth. It has limited power, limited water, and limited oxygen, but it's all they have. The instruction from Houston is clear. We're going to have to power down the command modules. We need to get into the LEM. The astronauts move through the connecting tunnel, from their dying home into their small, fragile lifeboat. The command module goes dark and cold behind them. Inside the lunar module, it's a new world. Systems are powered up that were never meant to be used until lunar orbit. The tiny craft comes to life. Back on Earth, the teams in Houston are working against the clock. The problem isn't just one problem, it's 1,000. How do you navigate a crippled ship? How do you conserve enough power to survive the trip and reignite the command module for re-entry? How do you make the air breathable? One of the most immediate crises is carbon dioxide. The lunar module's air scrubbers were designed for 2 astronauts for 2 days. Now, they have to support 3 astronauts for 4 days. The CO2 levels in the cabin are climbing to dangerous, toxic levels. The command module has spare canisters that could solve the problem, but they are square. The openings in the lunar module's system are round. It's the classic square peg in a round hole problem, but this time lives depend on solving it. Engineers in Houston gather around a table, dumping out a box containing only the items available to the astronauts on the spacecraft. Plastic bags, cardboard from flight manuals, socks, and, of course, duct tape. For hours they work, improvising, designing, and testing. They build a makeshift adapter, a strange-looking contraption held together by tape. Then they calmly read the instructions, step by step, to the astronauts 200,000 miles away. Slowly, carefully, Lovell, Swigert, and Hayes build the device, and it works. The carbon dioxide levels begin to fall. One crisis averted, but many more remain. The temperature inside the lunar module plummets. Without power for heaters, the cabin becomes a freezing, damp cell. Condensation forms on the walls. The astronauts are cold, exhausted, and dehydrated, rationing water to conserve it for cooling the spacecraft's systems later. They can see their breath in the frigid air. Sleep is nearly impossible. Yet, through it all, the communication with Hughes remains a lifeline of calm professionalism. There are no raised voices, no panicked exchanges, just a steady flow of information, instructions, and calculations. The astronauts, relying completely on the minds of those on the ground, become the hands of mission control. They perform course corrections by firing the lunar module's engine, a delicate maneuver never designed to be done, with the heavy command module still attached. It's like steering a rowboat that's towing a skyscraper, all while flying blind. Flight director Gene Kranz and his white team live in mission control. They sleep under their consoles, fueled by coffee and sheer determination. They are living the problem, breathing it, feeling the same cold and exhaustion as the crew. Their motto becomes, "Failure is not an option." As Apollo 13 swings around the far side of the moon, all communication with Earth is lost. For those agonizing minutes, the world holds its breath. Are they still alive? Will they emerge from the lunar shadow? Then, right on schedule, the signal returns. Jim Lovell's voice comes through, describing the moon from their unique, unfortunate vantage point. "The moon is a harsh mistress," he says, quoting a science fiction novel. "The long journey home is a test of human endurance." Fred Hayes develops a fever from a kidney infection due to the cold and dehydration. All three men lose a significant amount of weight. They are weary, but they hold on, their trust in the team on the ground unwavering. The final challenge is the most dangerous of all: re-entry. They have to bring the command module, Odyssey, back to life. It's been dormant and frozen for 4 days. Will the systems, subjected to extreme cold, even turn on? Condensation is everywhere, raising the fear of electrical shorts. Following a complex new power-up sequence, invented in real time by the engineers, the astronauts begin the procedure. Panels light up. Systems flicker back to life. The command module is alive. They jettison the service module, and for the first time, they see the extent of the damage. An entire side panel of the spacecraft is gone. "There's one whole side of that spacecraft missing," Lovell reports, his voice filled with awe at the destruction they survived. Then they say goodbye to their lifeboat, the lunar module Aquarius, which will burn up in the atmosphere. "Farewell, Aquarius," Lovell says, "and we thank you." Now, only the command module remains, plummeting towards Earth at 25,000 miles per hour. The final hurdle is the 4 minutes of radio silence during re-entry, as the capsule is enveloped in a sheath of plasma. On the ground, the seconds tick by, stretching into an eternity. 3 minutes, 4 minutes. The silence continues. The control room is tense, the air thick with unspoken fear. Did they make it? Did the heat shield hold? And then, a crackle of static and a voice. The parachute deployment is confirmed. Apollo 13 is back. The room erupts in cheers, applause, and tears of relief. Cigars are lit, flags are waved. Against all odds, they have done it. They have brought the crew home. The story of Apollo 13 is not a story of failure. It is the story of humanity's most successful failure. It's a testament to the fact that when faced with the impossible, calm minds, clear communication, and unwavering teamwork can achieve miracles. The quiet, steady voices that traveled across the blackness of space were more powerful than any engine, more vital than any computer. They were a connection, a promise that no one was alone. As you drift off to sleep tonight, let that sense of calm wash over you. Know that even in the darkest moments, there is a path forward. There is always a team, a voice, a solution waiting to be found. The universe is vast and sometimes challenging, but the human spirit, when calm and connected, is infinitely more powerful. Rest now and dream of the stars. Sleep well.